All right, so we are back. I think we're going up that ridge. Unfortunately, the roads are all closed, so we had to park down at these college dorms. This is Mount Scorpion and Black Hill. So there's some false summits, so I don't know if that's Mount Scorpion or you're seeing a false summit, then there's some higher ones beyond. But once you get up there, there's just some little up and down. So I'm just sort of walking cross country. Apparently, according to one of the comments, it's 1.2 miles extra each way. So there's lines on the map, and there are these posts with you know, whatever yellow things on them. So I'm just following those, but I don't think that's meant to be the trail, so I don't know what's going on. We parked down there at those white buildings. So we're literally just walking towards that ridge. So there are sort of some dirt ATV tracks that we followed, but we're more or less at the start of the trail, which I think just goes straight up the ridge. So, but you can see the path is about to steepen up right up here, so we're gonna have a pretty hard push up to the ridge. So there are the dorms. We're up from where the track started, maybe 300 or 400 feet. Probably had 200 feet up from the dorms. But as expected, it's just like a loose dirt scree path, so it's pretty slow going. Once we hit the first false summit, at least we'll get some minor downs, but we're probably only a third of the way up, if I had to guess. So I'm sort of under the weather. I don't know, I think Vegas took it out of me, even though I wasn't really partying much. I was like coughing crap up this morning. So we're probably, I'm gonna say, over halfway up. Definitely halfway up to the first false summit. This is hard. It's because it's so loose and jagged, and well, then there's plenty of just like loose dirt. So a lot of your steps are kind of unstable. Not to mention, I'm looking directly into the sun, which doesn't help things. So, yeah, this is hard work. But there's your Las Vegas strip, downtown Las Vegas. Yeah, so heading up. All right, so I think we've hit sort of the first false summit, like a shoulder here. And that might be, is that a person? Or is that a cairn? There's something on top. Looks like it could be a person. So Scorpion's the first one. Scorpion Mountain, which might be that, or it might be something beyond. Sort of get to cut across flat. But then we'll be going up there for the first one, and then there'll be another more beyond. So a lot of our work, maybe 75% of our work is out of the way. But I guess we do have downs and ups both ways up on the ridge there. So shouldn't be as bad, but that was hard work getting up here. All right, this is not a person. This is a mega cairn. And is this Scorpion? It's got a summit box. Yeah, let's check the map. I don't think this is Scorpion. I think that's Scorpion, to be honest. So, because there's still 2 more summits. But this has a box, so maybe on the way back I'll sign it. But first false summit, if you're not counting that other one. Now we got to drop and go up, I don't know, 200 feet maybe to that next one. So first one, off. I don't know what it's called though. So we should be up on that next one pretty quickly in like 6 or 7 minutes. All right, so it looks like it still goes on for a little bit. This is our second one. So I think this is Scorpion Mountain, but I'm not sure. Yeah, a little glass jar with some paper, reflector, or some sort of weather vane. So there was the first one. We're up higher now. Number 2, which I think is Scorpion, but I could be wrong. And then I think we're going on to Black Hill, but this one has more of a descent, so probably won't be as fun, although the ascent doesn't look too bad. So this descent off Scorpion is very loose, and you really got to watch your step. Definitely good opportunity to twist an ankle. So I don't know if I'm going down the best way. I sort of found what I thought was a use path, but not really. I'm just causing all sorts of rock movement. Not really any major slides, but yeah, not the funnest thing in the world. I just scrape my leg up. Hey, you gotta be careful here. It's these rocks will scrape you up. So we're almost down, but then we'll have a nice sort of a bigger ascent up to Black Hill. Yeah. So I'm up on the ridge, and I'm not totally sure if this is where I want to be. Now I got to descend it, so I think there's a sort of a bypass around, but I only have to drop, 30 or 40 feet here. I didn't realize there was this little notch hidden back here, so I got to get down this. These are pretty stable, and I don't know where your summit is. I don't even know if I can see it at this point. Nope, not quite. I was gonna say we're topping out on something, but that must be rebar. So summit's right there. I'll be there in 1 minute or so. I mainly took the ridge, although you can skirt around it too. All right, 1 minute later, and I believe this is your summit, Black Mountain. Not as decorative as the other two that are lower. I wonder what that is. So anyway, Black Hill, Mount Scorpion, and then I don't know if the other one has a name that was lower, but yeah, it'll be quicker getting down, but not terribly quicker, especially that steep descent off the first shoulder. So you're looking out to where the Hoover Dam is, somewhere out there. I think that's Boulder City, but it could be over that ridge. I think that's Boulder City. You're looking at Henderson down here, and then obviously Las Vegas. Mount Charleston hardly has any snow. It's late January, which is crazy. So I believe you're seeing Mount Charleston out there, the Spring Mountains. You're seeing the red rocks too, where you see that white band that's more in the sun. So that's like where Bridge Mountain is, and Wilson Mountain, Rainbow Mountain, Calico Tanks, Icebox Canyon, all that stuff. I have a bunch of videos on that. So I don't know what those are. Those look pretty high out there. So anyway, I'm going to take a picture for the thumbnail, and then I guess get out of here. So I'm sort of coming down the baby wide knife edge. Obviously I'm very comfortable on terrain like this, but it's not narrow or exposed, at least if you're not right on the edge. So but yeah, a lot of loose. Some of the big ones are loose too, so just be careful if you're frolicking around up here. Test your rocks before you just trust that it's not going to move. So that's going to be not a very fun ascent back up to Scorpion. Shout out to my new friend Jay-Z, by the way, female Jay-Z. She was going to do that. Well, she wasn't going to. She would have missed her flight. Yesterday morning, I offered to take her on a hike before she had to go to the airport, But she didn't have to, alas, she didn't have time. She probably wouldn't have liked this though. So probably a good thing that I'm doing this solo. That's the way it happens with a lot of people. They go on a hike with me and then they're like, never again, Kevin, never again. All right, so we made it back up and over Scorpion. I didn't show it to you. Hardly any ascent to this one. We're gonna try to figure out what this guy's called. First inaugural group, April 16th, 2016. I have no idea what this summit's called because it doesn't appear to be named here, but it's a pretty legit registry in Cairn. So last summit, this is the descent I am dreading, but the car's way down there at those white buildings. Doesn't look that close to here, does it? It's not. So anyway, I'm gonna sign this and then I will check in on the way down. All right, so we just, I wanna make sure we're going down the right rib here. I don't know if it's that one or this one at this point. And I'm still not sure after looking at this. I'm gonna consult the map. I almost think it's right off here. So I need to look at the map. But anyway, apparently it's Gasparilla in Tampa tomorrow. So shout out to all my Tampa peeps, although I don't think many of them watch this. So I think we're heading off right here, but unsure. All right, well, we come down. Now we have this steep, loose ATV road, which was a pain in the ass just walking up. So as you can see, we're almost down. It's gonna flatten out, and then we just gotta go 1.25 miles across country. All right, so we're more or less down the steep part. So just a reminder for those of you who maybe are new to the channel, in the Red Rock area, Red Rock Canyon area, I have 6 videos. Bridge Mountain, which is a must-do in my opinion, Wilson Mountain, another must-do, and then smaller ones, Turtlehead Peak, Calico Tanks, Red Top, or maybe it's Red Cap, I think it's Red Top, a little off-trail scramble, which was fun, and then Icebox Canyon, and then I have videos down by the Hoover Dam, both sides, both east and west, going down to the Colorado River. And then I have Mount Charleston, Griffith Peak, and Fletcher Peak in the Spring Mountains. So be sure to check those out. I think those are the only things I have in the Las Vegas area, but I'll definitely be adding more next time I'm here. So I actually found a little trail that I was not on before, making it a little easier. Got to cross this little main road, and then hopefully the car's there. Ooh, I don't have to walk on loose rocks. Look at this. Little trail up, so I'm just bombing straight down to my car. I'll do it for Mount Scorpion and Black Hill and whatever the other unnamed summit is, right south of Henderson, Nevada. Here's your view of Lake Mead. We're heading towards the Hoover Dam here, but shout out to Herbert Hoover.